dashboard, which will be launched tomorrow. So I thank you for this. Closing remarks, and we will equally applaud our distinguished panel at the same time. Please, Mr. Bilbao.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a tremendous honour to be here, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely right that Nemo Hassan, on behalf of the Somalia NGO network, will conclude this landmark debate and this landmark session.
The floor is yours for a final remark.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As a frontline humanitarian, as a Somali sister, as a friend, let me tell you, we, the Somali people, are coming to terms with the impact of concurrent droughts. 5 failed rainy seasons, now comes El Niño and the horrendous flooding. What I'm about to share is the reality of climate crisis. What stays with me is a day last year at an IDP camp in Kismayo. We heard of Obah, a 4-year-old daughter of Jawhara. Obah could not keep food down and was constantly ill. The next morning, she died. Her mother, Jawhara, said she will always remember her daughter as the happy little girl. A couple of days ago, I visited Baidawa and Beledweyne in south-central Somalia, 2 of the worst affected cities by the El Niño rains. The situation was deplorable. Hakima, a mother of 4 children, including 1 disabled, had sought refuge at the displaced people's camp due to conflict. Thrice, she's been displaced. This time, not by drought, but by floods. The urgency could not be clearer: to do better, to act faster, to build resilience together. The launch of the COP28 Declaration on Climate Relief, Recovery and Peace is a welcome step forward. Thank you to all those who endorsed it. We celebrate another historic moment at COP28, the decision to operationalize the Loss and Damage Fund with pledges. While we all celebrate these steps forward in decisions, we must take big leaps forward in delivery and turn this into action. I always hear about the issue of trust from a donor perspective, but trust is a two-way street. While change is being made on the ground by communities, local actors, and countries facing impact on climate change, trust needs to be also earned by delivering on commitments. There must be a mutual respect for change to happen. We need to ensure that the funding is accessible by the communities, local actors, so that they can make informed decisions. The funding needs to reach them fast so they can act before disasters. It needs to be flexible because our needs are not static. They change just like everything else in life, just like the climate is changing. The funding needs to be multi-year, long-term, be additional to humanitarian fund to ensure adaptation and development takes place, not at the cost of humanitarian needs. Funding must be grants so that people least contributing to the climate change do not pay for the actions of others. As David said, we need to take risks. Just because we're risk averse due to our own bureaucracies, rules and regulations and red tape does not mean that we need to kill the hopes of dreams of millions of others. The risk of inaction is far greater. We need to reach women like Hakima, who can ensure that her disabled child can have a better future and not fear every time it rains. We cannot have another child of Jawhara be taken away because of our inaction. The ball is in our court to act and play the fair and just game. Time is of the essence. Let us leap forward together. Thank you.
A word of appreciation, please, to our final speakers and to our distinguished panelists who are still here. And herein ends the launch of the COP28 Declaration on Climate Relief, Recovery and Peace.